Okay. Hello everyone. I'm very pleased to be speaking with you this afternoon, especially on one of my new favorite topic, which is AI compliance. I've been working on data privacy for a while, and since 2 years, I'm focusing on ethical AI and AI compliance. And I'm actually having good times because it is a really interesting topic and at the crossroad of many fields. And having a data protection background actually helps a lot. We'll see it together. So I'm very glad to be with you this afternoon, and I will try to give you some practical insights on how to manage AI regulation, and especially on how to benefit from what you already have built for data protection in your different organizations. So I will try to do that in less than 20 minutes and without the use of any AI. Just to introduce myself and maybe my company. Um, I work for EQS Group, so you may already know as we provide this European GRC platform, which is used by thousands of customers around the world, and that helps you privacy and compliance professionals to manage and optimize your compliance. We cover a wide range of topics from anti-corruption to whistleblowing, passing by sustainability, and of course data privacy and AI compliance, which I'm actually a specialist of these two last topics. I've been working in data protection since 2014, so I've been data protection officer for a while, and now at TQS I'm a subject matter expert. So my job is quite fascinating. I have to translate legal requirements, ethical principles, and compliance needs into software workflows and features and functionalities that will help us privacy and compliance professionals to manage compliance more easily and efficiently. And as we provide AI compliance features, we share insights with our many customers to understand how they work, how they address this new topic of AI compliance, and how they already found solutions to be efficient. And this is what I'll try to share to you this afternoon. Um, so the title of the presentation is From Privacy to Trustworthy AI by Design, which means that we can find bridges, and we need to find bridges between what we have done on privacy to reuse it for AI compliance and be sure that we develop and use trustworthy AI. So what is trustworthy AI? Trustworthy AI is the fundamental goal of ethical AI and AI compliance as well. We want to we want to make sure that the use of AI respects the rights and freedoms of individuals and the fundamental values of the European Union. And in fact, the EU AI Act, the EU AI Act requirements, they all refer to this goal, even if sometimes it is not very explicit in the text, but they all refer to this goal. And in 2019, so I'm pretty sure we talked about it during these 2 days already, but in 2019, a group of experts gathered and issued a report on the 7 principles of trustworthy AI. And the EU AI Act refers to that report. The idea is that whenever you develop, provide, or use AI systems, you must ensure that these principles are respected, right? This shows us two important things. First, it is very similar to privacy. You have fundamental rights, fundamental principles, sorry, such as data minimization, data security, transparency, etc. And you need to implement them by design. So this is privacy by design. So here it is pretty similar. Second thing is that the principles of responsible AI are broader and they cover many more aspects, including privacy. So examples like human supervision. So AI must remain under human control, basically. Transparency. AI must be explainable and understandable to users. Non-discrimination. AI must avoid biases. And data protection and privacy. So AI must manage data responsibly. So we need to keep in mind this last point. Trustworthy AI includes data protection. And this is key for what comes next. So these principles must be respected whenever AI is developed or used. And to make sure that organizations, companies, etc., comply with these fundamental principles, well, a regulation has been put in place, which is the AI Act. Um, so I like to make a comparison with GDPR, which because I mean it's the key thing of this topic. These principles of trustworthy AI have been translated into this AI Act regulation. So it is applicable from August last year, and the requirements are applicable progressively. So I won't go too much into details because we talked about it a lot during the last 2 days. But the thing is, when you compare it to GDPR, well, first thing is that it is very different. It is a product regulation, and the product is the AI system or the product that involves the AI system. And so, in my opinion, the text is focusing a lot on quality management and administrative measures. So yeah, first thing is very different. Second thing is that it is actually very similar to GDPR. And it's similar because of the requirements. When you look at, well, the main requirements, um, uh, the main requirements of GDPR, uh, you have documentation requirements like report processing, basically. You've got analysis and risk management requirements with privacy by design, DPIAs when processing are risky. You've got transparency measures. You've got security, cybersecurity measures. You've got also third parties management with risk management, TPRM, and contract management, then and data transfer management as well. You've got awareness. You've got internal controls, cooperation, blah blah. And globally, you are accountable for your compliance. So everything must be documented to show to the authorities that you are compliant, or at least that you are trying your best to be compliant. If we do the parallel with the AI Act requirements, you need to list your AI systems and describe them in a record of AI systems, which is called technical documentation. It looks like the same thing as the record processing, right? You need to assess your AI systems, and you need to perform risk and impact assessments as well. You need to address transparency and explainability. You need to address cybersecurity. You need to address third-party management as well. And you need to train your employees. You need to perform controls, internal controls. And you've got, yeah, other administrative requirements. And again, you need to document everything to demonstrate compliance, or at least that you are trying your best. So what we can see is that finally the approach is very similar between GDPR and the AI Act. It's a risk-based approach. You've got same kind of documentation to manage. Even for AI Act, it is really more technical than GDPR, but still. You've got same requirements over third parties management. So the conclusion is, if you got almost the same requirements, you will have the same needs in terms of internal processes, and this is a good thing. This is a good thing because it means that we can merge or at least reuse the processes and the procedures already put in place for GDPR, but this time for AI compliance. And one of the best examples is the by design approach in project management. This is, in my opinion, the easiest way to quickly start compliance with the AI Act. So the idea is include AI system analysis in your project management. Your project management workflow needs to include this analysis, because you need to ensure that your AI system is trustworthy by design, right? So kind of the same approach as for privacy by design. So the diagram is read from left to right. Pink is the Act and blue is GDPR, right? The idea here is to show that the approach is the same for privacy and for AI on project management. So if we think of the steps when you analyze a new data processing, so in privacy, you check if there is personal data. you assess if it respects the fundamental principles, if it's okay with GDPR requirements, etc. You assess the level of risk, and if it is risky, then you perform a DPIA. And at the end, you document everything, especially document your record of processing, and you apply all the relevant other obligations, right? Now, what are the steps when you analyze a new AI system or a new project including AI systems? Well, first you need to check if it is actually an AI system. So if it fits with the AI Act definition, and it is not so easy to understand, then you need to classify and define the risk level. Um, the obligations the obligations that apply to AI system will depend on this risk level. And this is a crucial step. If you find out that it is a prohibited practice, which is, well, in fact, pretty rare, such as, I don't know, social scoring, for example, it's pretty rare, well, you will need to stop it eventually. Um, if you are dealing with low risk, such as basic AI chatbots for customer support, for example, well, it is just about transparency, because, well, users need to understand they are dealing with AI and what are the impacts, etc., etc. And if you are dealing with general purpose AI or high risk AI systems, well, then most obligations apply in terms of risk analysis and technical documentation. This is where it becomes interesting, actually. For example, very basic example, when you do recruitment with AI, when you do credit scoring, when the banks are doing credit scoring, when you do insurance processing, etc., etc. As soon as there is profiling or potential impact on health, safety, fundamental rights, well, it will be a high risk AI system, right? So it means that exactly as you did with data processings, you will need to analyze the project and qualify the risk to apply the good measures, right? Um, all of this runs in parallel with GDPR compliance. You do AI by design just like you do privacy by design. You perform risk management just like you do DPIA if the processing is risky. You maintain the record of processing activities and you maintain a record of AI systems. And then you apply other obligations, etc., etc. And globally, um, everything must be documented to ensure accountability for GDPR and to ensure the respect of quality management system for AI Act, right? So for any new project, there are now two fundamental questions. First is, are personal data involved? If yes, you run the data privacy process, right? Second is AI being used? And if the answer is yes, then you run the Trustworthy AI process, risk clarification, documentation, monitoring, etc. The thing is, you can merge these two processes, just like you can merge privacy by design with security by design. And why you can merge? Because the purposes are the same, analyze and documents. Also because of the links between the data that you analyze, the description of the process or the system is kind of the same. Also, in most of the cases, AI system will include personal data processing, right? And finally, also because of the links between the protagonists. Actually, the same actors participate in this process. You've got business teams, so basically project owners, that provide you with data. You've got legal teams and security teams that help you analyze. You've got the other members of compliance teams, including DPOs or whatever, for the documentation, for the overall management, etc., etc. So you can merge these processes, and this is how our customers are currently dealing with it today. And that is why we also made within our platform we built bridges between our data protection solution and the AI management as well, so as you can cross the workflows and share common information between, of course, data privacy topics and AI topics, right? So the point is, if we apply the same approach to overall compliance, and it will be my conclusion to this presentation, the conclusion would be um, take advantage of your existing processes. As soon as you do that, the AI compliance journey is more simple, because you can reuse the same organization as for privacy. You can reuse your existing internal network to deploy AI compliance. So you can use your data privacy relays, your privacy champions, whatever. You can reuse your partners in IT security, in legal teams, etc., etc. Same as for GDPR, you need to build AI expertise among employees, not just about technical AI, technical matters, but also on ethical knowledge and on the impacts of this new technology. And by the way, this is an obligation under the AI Act. And also, just as we did for GDPR, and actually the business teams are used to it, the very first thing is to know what we do. For that, you don't start from scratch. I mean, you need to map your AI system, but you don't start from scratch. You can use two shortcuts. You can use the processing record, because you already know about all the internal processes that you already listed. And for each processing, you just need to check if AI is involved, right? And then you can benefit from your annual review, for example, the annual review of your ROPA, to ask if AI is used and then work on it. Second shortcut is IT providers. Many IT solutions now integrate AI. So within TPRM, within third-party risk management reviews, you can work on AI as well, and you can challenge your third-party providers on AI as well. Of course, integrate AI management into all the relevant processes. So project management, we talked about it. TPRM, we talked about it. IT incident management as well. And last but not least, include AI into internal controls. The internal controls that you've built on privacy, actually, you can also include AI compliance within. And you can combine data protection, cybersecurity, AI compliance in unified controls, because the topics are closely linked. That's a really quick overview. I hope it gave you some reusable elements on how to implement the AI Act and benefit from the work that has been done on privacy. And thank you for your attention, and feel free to ask any question.